All right, today is Sunday morning, a little quieter than usual. Um, we've been passing this place that I think is a park, um, and now I'm gonna go for a walk in it. I'm not certain if we're supposed to be here or not, but here's the sign at the entrance, and then it's kind of strange because people got their shoes left out, so it's not as if we're going into someone's house, but you can see. What's all this?
My shoes here.
Huh?
I don't know. Have to take off shoes?
His girlfriend's tied. She don't know either. So we're gonna go on this trail here. Yeah, it's starting to look more like a park. Urban mangrove. You can see that.
You say you can go in.
Oh, we're going to.
What is it?
That's in English. They call it. We're gonna fuck around and find out, sweetheart.
Oh,
I think it's a park. It certainly looks like one. Yeah, mangrove ecosystem preservation project, reconstructed wetland,
you say.
raise awareness on the importance of mangrove ecosystems while promoting eco-spiritual tourism in YN. All right, so you lost me at that. We're gonna go ahead and check the trail. I'm down with the mangrove swamp thing. I don't know what all the spiritual bullshit is about. This is what I was trying to say on my last video about how environmentalism, conservatism, when concerning the environment at least, is hijacked. Yeah, man. I dig the woods and stuff too, but you can leave all the Hare Krishna shit out of it. It's pretty cool. Hoping to see some wildlife. Maybe a snake or something. Crocodile. You get crocodiles up this far? No, just down south. No crocodile.
Some snake.
Yeah, definitely snakes.
Green snake.
Oh, that would be cool to see one of those. Green viper.
Fish.
So far, it's pretty cool. We're not being bit by mosquitoes or anything that you would expect from a wetland. Pretty interesting. Mangroves are interesting. Come to a fork in the road. It's always a tough one for me. We still have the mystery of the shoes left out front. I feel like I'm supposed to be shoeless or something. There's a lot more garbage than I expected. I hate seeing that everywhere. There are very few places I have been that hasn't had some garbage around. I just don't understand it. Huh? cacti. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Today's Sunday. Last night was kind of lively in Lyon. A lot of people come here for the weekend. I suspect maybe from Bangkok. But it got busy. We went to Tamarind and Takeda night markets. Takeda market is kind of more artist focused, and Tamarind has a large selection of food. It's quite full yesterday, and so now everybody's partied out and a little quieter than it normally is, even though it's early. It looks like we found a little homeless camp or something there. That's some more things I haven't been able to escape seeing is homelessness. Some of the northern countries have it down pretty good. I don't know what they do with their people. There's obviously some that would be homeless, but I think their social nets are a little bit stronger than these other countries. I think in Thailand you're kind of on your own, man. Let's see. Oh, it's just branches. I got excited. I thought maybe I found a snake. So yeah, the social safety net here in Thailand, I don't see that one exists. I saw one charitable organization. Stairway up the mountain. What do you think? You up for that? So the people have to really figure it out on their own. I've seen some homeless people, but not really at the level that you would experience in the United States. It's actually turning out to be a pretty big park. I wish I had a little lemon oil or something on me. The bugs are starting to show up. They found us. But we've got, even with countries that have a good safety net, like I think the United States has a pretty good social program, welfare, whatever you want to call it. So our well-being programs are pretty good, and people can usually be fed and a lot of times housed if they want. So I'm not tuned in so much with the housing crisis, but there's a lot of people in the West that just want to be like that. And I know that sounds, I don't know, harsh or quick to judge. Many people don't want to be like that, but there's some people that have been. I've seen interviews where people are like, you know, I'm free, man. And so they're living in a tent underneath an overpass, but they are free. And so I can't really argue with them in that respect. But it's not how I would want to live. So homelessness is everywhere and sad. But some people live it as a choice. We'll see. Maybe there's going to be a view or something up here. There aren't very many tall buildings in Huen, Takiab. So when you do get a vantage point, it tends to be a clear view. What a cool little place. I've passed it several times and never understood what it was. Oh, that's where the staircase goes to. You know, all these spiritual and religious monuments, no matter where I go in the country, there's always some kind of work involved. And so you see this really cool monastery, this really cool church, that Wat, for example, behind me. And there's always like 1,000 steps that you got to take to get there. And so it's kind of symbolic, I guess, of life's struggles. But same thing in Greece, man. You got to climb mountains to get to these beautiful churches that they put on these rock outcroppings, but there's always some work involved, man. This one's pretty cool. Looks like a path that goes up to that Wat. A little stairway. I'm not feeling it today. It's about 6:30 on Sunday morning. I'm kind of thinking I might have a Western breakfast this morning. There are a lot of cool places outside in Thailand. Every apartment area has little garden areas. A lot of really well kept and groomed outdoor areas. But you never see anybody in them really, except at nighttime. Because it's too hot. So that's a little bit frustrating. If I do have a complaint about Thailand, the first one is going to be, it's just too hot, man. I sweat every day, all day. Take a shower 3, 4, if I'm going out 5 times a day. Very unusual that I would only take 1 shower a day. I'm pretty moist now, and it's morning time. So I'll sweat today, and that gets to be kind of annoying after a while. You know, it's getting to be fall in the northern part of the United States now, and that's always one of my favorite time of year. Really nice outdoor weather. Here it's just always hot, man. Yesterday morning was much nicer. Today's hadn't cooled off as much. Huh?
My house.
Yeah. Traditional Thai house. You know, the other thing I found that's weird when it comes to trash and like houses that maybe don't look kept or as nice. Being somewhere different or somewhere where people are not the same race or what have you, it always exacerbates that viewpoint. And so it for me in my childhood, it took me a moment to realize when I saw, oh, look at that pile of trash. Well, you know what? Go to Queens. They have piles of trash there too. Go to St. Louis, and they've got, you know, go to those famous neighborhoods in Detroit that look like they're abandoned. They look like they're war zones, and people living in houses with the windows covered with clapboards. It's crazy. So for some reason it's more palatable and it seems more and when you go to a foreign country and everything's different, it's exacerbated, and you forget that we have that as well, that we had those issues as well, that we have problems with people that don't understand what to do with their trash. We have people that don't care about their footprint and those type of things. And you know, it's just easier to digest when you've been acclimatized to it your whole life. When you go come somewhere weird here and you see a house that maybe is like, looks like they kind of put it together with some spare wood they found. Well, we have that in Appalachia. We have that, we have trailer parks, man. We got San Luis Valley and Colorado on the border with New Mexico. People building all kind of makeshift homes and living in them, and something that often looks inappropriate to the rest of us. As I get older, I start to discover it's not really for me to judge, man. If you wanna live that way and you're happy and you don't have the means to live otherwise, well, you've got a house, you've got a place that you call home, and it might not be pretty, but so it is. So I see less homelessness here than I did in the United States. And that's just how it is. I didn't see a lot of homelessness in Romania. I know they're there. I don't know where they put them, but they must herd them into a certain area, or perhaps they take them to shelter. I don't know. Romania did a good job at concealing those type of things. Greece also, you didn't see a lot, but that has more to do with how the family unit is put together. And in the United States, you could discard a brother or a parent, and it's pretty common, you know. But in those countries, Greece, Romania, if one of your family members is homeless, that's a shame to you and a shame to the family. And people will, society kind of compels them to help that loved one from becoming that way. And so in the United States, we really don't have that. It's kind of every man for himself, fuck them, you know, I got mines, whatever other cliche shit you could say about it, but it's really what happens, isn't it? It's like we leave each other behind, man, very quickly, geographically, financially, emotionally. Everybody's just doing their own life, man. They're just too busy, you know. You give me a thumbs up on Facebook and we'll call that having communicated with each other. And I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's not it's not the social connection that we're designed for. And so we'll leave people, and I think that's why you see so much homelessness. We get discouraged. We don't have patience or the willpower to deal with family members or friends that might be going through mental illness. Some of us just aren't strong enough to help, without getting dragged down ourselves. And so we leave each other behind. This is a common theme in the United States, and one that became more stark as I traveled. And you don't see that so much in other places. It's not so easy to burn bridges. Family members will tolerate a lot more nonsense from one another in Greece than they do in a lot of other places I've been in, and I would imagine here as well. But like in the United States, man, you step on the wrong side of the tracks politically, you make the wrong comment socially, and you could find yourself ostracized from your damn family. And it's just like, it really doesn't make any sense, except on the level that people require struggle. And that's a beautiful bird. I don't know if I caught that on camera. I was going to try to zoom in, and she moved. It looked like some kind of hummingbird type thing. Beautiful colors. So yeah, we leave each other behind, and in a place like Greece, this would be considered a disgrace to the family that you left one of your family members to be hungry, to be homeless. And so they kind of chip in to prevent that. So that's our little walk in the park. Some random thoughts about stuff, about homelessness, about trash. It's everywhere, man. It's a human condition. I don't know what the solution is. Pick up your fucking trash. carry your stuff out. Whatever, man. I can't think of any other clever things to say about it, but don't throw your shit down, man. Nobody wants to see that. And we do have places where you can take it. It's just a minimal amount of effort. So don't throw your trash down. There's my, I don't know if I can pick out my condo. I like to call them condos here. I guess technically that's right because they're owned, privately owned, but I see them as apartments. All right, so we're headed back to the house. That was our little Sunday morning walk, little cool park situation. Not much to talk about this morning, just a little view from Takiab on Sunday morning. Everybody be well. I hope you've had a good weekend, and I hope you all have a good week. Try not to work too hard.